We speak now exclusively to David Bera, the father to JKU art student Brian Bera, the 25-year-old who was shot at State House yesterday after forcefully attempting to gain entry at State House, Nairobi. David Bera, thank you for making time for us tonight. Of course, David Bera is a lecturer at All Lesos Technical Training Institute in Nandi County. Brian is your firstborn.
Correct.
You have been able to see your son this evening at the Kenyatta National Hospital.
Yes.
How is he doing?
It's not so badly, but he's still under medication.
He's still under medication?
Yes.
Have you been able to speak to him?
Yeah.
Has he talked to you? Has he told you anything?
No. I just greeted him, gave him some juice. That is all I did. I could not be able to talk much. I asked him, how are you feeling? It's not all that bad. I was able to see where I had the wound.
You are, I mean, you met, I mean, there were police.
Yeah, the presence of the police.
They were guarding him.
Yes.
And they are still guarding him up to now.
Yeah.
And of course, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for what has happened.
Yes.
Have you been informed about the next course of action against him?
No.
Or for him?
I have an appointment tomorrow. I think I'll go to the station tomorrow with the police.
All right. So what's his story? Apparently, he made his intentions known on his Facebook page. Were you aware first about what he was saying on his Facebook page? Did you read? No. Do you know what he was saying on social media?
No.
Not at all?
No. I was just informed later on after this incident.
That is what he's been saying on social media. So you did not even read his posts?
No, I really don't. I don't even visit that. I don't have even a Facebook account.
Yeah. So you wouldn't know?
No.
Is it something you expect from your son?
No.
What has happened? How do you know your son? I mean, how is he? Yeah.
My son has been a very good boy, very humble boy from the beginning. I think he went to nursery school in 1999. He went to the primary school in Kitale School. He did very well. In Kitale School.
That's where your home is?
Yeah, that's where my home is. He came to Nairobi School and was able to passed well. He got an A
in high school.
And he joined the JQuad to pursue mechanical engineering. Up to the time he was attending university, he was a very humble boy, very good boy. Except the beginning of that year, he developed some kind of character that is not part of him. He withdrew himself.
From you?
From me, from my family, from everybody. He isolated himself most of the time. So he began, that is when the sickness started. What I know is the boy the boy has been very sick. Mentally.
Okay.
I mean, for several occasions in the year 2017, when he was at home in December, he could just disappear all of a sudden from home. And then you will be informed by some other people, Samaritans. Your son was found in the river. You want to drown in the river. The next time
he wants to.
You want to swim in the river. It is deep, but with the intention of trying to get drowned.
Suicide.
The next time you are told he has been found in the caves in Mount Elgon. Deep
Caves.
Okay. You want to disappear inside there. The next time, in February last year, 2018, I was informed that the boy was attempting to climb Mount Kenya in Nyeri. I was called by police, Naromoro Police, the OCS Naromoro Police Station. I traveled and I went there. I was told the boy was attempting to climb the mountain illegally, and he was arrested. He was taken to the police station. He was there for 2 days. But after explaining the circumstances and the way they saw him, I was allowed to go with the boy to seek medication. So the boy was not actually staying at home. Even now and again, he was running away to very, very funny places. The last time, he disappeared from home for 3 days. The 4th day, he called me that, "Daddy, I'm so hungry. I'm heading to Mombasa." He was traveling on foot and hiking lift where possible. So he called me that he was in this place called what? Past Nairobi. When you are going to Nairobi, when you are going to Mombasa, At the river.
At the river.
Yeah, he was in at the river. He told me, please, can you send me 1,000 shillings? What I did, I called my cousin who is in Nairobi. He intercepted and I brought him here in Westland. I came together with my uncle, the brother to my father. We were able to interview him. Later on, we decided, no, let us take the boy for medication. We went to Eldoret, to Medihill. In Medihill, he was referred to, it's called what? Real Hospital. That is where he was hospitalized for 2 weeks. And psychiatric. There was a Dr. Ginyanjui, a psychiatric, who took care of him together with Dr. Ono.
Okay. You don't have to disclose. You don't have to disclose his health problems if you don't wish to.
Okay.
But did he have any problems, psychiatric problems that needed counseling or needed anything of that sort? Did they establish that?
Yeah.
Because now authorities, what we've heard is that after he recovers, wish him quick recovery, he will be taken for mental examination. When you took him to hospital, was there any such examination done? Again, you can answer or not answer.
Okay.
If you don't want to disclose publicly his problems, it's up to you. But were there any problems, psychiatric problems?
Well, they just called it disorder, something disorder.
Okay.
So I don't understand that language.
Okay.
But he was treated, he got well.
But all this time you're still doing well in school?
He was doing well in terms of academic work, he was doing well, but you see, I was not coming to the place, so I didn't see him physically for all that time, so I didn't know what was going on.
When is the last time you saw him?
When we have been communicating, and even communicating with the department, the boy has been doing well, he has been passing those exams. But,
up to now?
No, but for some time, I was told that the boy needs to be taken to a counselor. To do counselor, somebody to counsel him.
Oh, counselor, okay.
Yes,
yeah. So, when is the last time you saw him? When is the last time you talked to him?
That is last year.
Last year?
Last year, November. Yeah, November.
At home?
Year. No, I came to Nairobi.
Oh, to see him? In school?
Yes.
And he was doing okay?
It was okay, but we could see there's something a bit, not all that very good, but it was not all that bad.
Was he on any kind of medication or?
No.
Or was he seeing any counselor?
Well, what I saw was that...
The last you know of him?
The last time I saw him, his health was not all that good. I mean, the health was not very good.
The what?
He had lost weight.
Oh, his weight, okay.
That is what I noticed.
On social media, he's trending. People are talking about him on social media. Because you said you're not on Facebook, you don't know much about social media. First, before I even say what some have been saying on social media, that is on Facebook and on Twitter, do you regret that maybe you should have paid more attention on social media and what he says on his Facebook page or things like that? Do you think you should have paid more attention? It's a new phenomenon. I mean, it's
maybe I don't know the kind of generation we are.
Yeah.
It's like we never bothered about social media.
Yeah.
I use a phone.
Yeah. Mainly
just for calling and receiving.
Yeah. Very different from people from the new generation.
Yeah. So maybe it's a weakness, but I know it's the way my generation, the way.
Yeah, the way it is.
So to answer your question a bit technical to me.
Yeah, I understand. No worries. But I mean, on social media then, on Twitter and all that, people are talking about him. And this is definitely a very difficult time for you.
Very difficult, in fact. I'm even finding it hard to talk.
I can imagine. And I'm really sorry about what you're going through, and I'm sorry to the family about what you're going through. Young people, you know what they are saying? Some young people, they're actually praising him for what they term. They think what he did was courageous. You know, from his Facebook post, I don't know if we have them, what he was saying on his Facebook page. For example, he said, by the end of 1 week, beginning June 9th, invade State House with a kitchen knife and all that. He talked about people reaping where they have not sown and all those things. There are people who are seeing him as courageous and they're saying, sadly, that he did the right thing. What would you say to this?
That
people?
Is, what the boy did was not correct, was not good, and he was not doing it out of his good mind. If he was sober, if he was healthy, if he was okay, he could not have done that. My boy has never done that. My boy, I know my boy has been a very good boy. He has never been disciplined. Even in school, he was a very disciplined boy. Even myself, I found him one of the best boys I had before he developed that kind of sickness that I call it sickness because that mental problem. So what he did is not correct. It's not correct. And he did it maybe without knowing what he's doing. I remember when he was in hospital in Eldoret, whenever I visited him, he came fighting me. He could just come violent, fighting me. So I could not call that he did something good to me. Why? Because he was doing something out of his mind.
Okay. So definitely you tell the young people not to talk about these things, like
let them not capitalize on the problem my boy is in.
Of course, the story we've not heard from the boy, there's no doubt about that. We've heard from the government and what happened so far. But finally, what would you tell the government tonight about your son? What would you want to happen? What would you want to tell the president tonight about your son? Because you said he was in State House, trying to access State House, gain entry in State House. What would you want to tell the president tonight? What would you want to be done?
This young man, my son, can contribute a lot to this nation, to the community, to the Kenyan community. If given medication, he's a resourceful boy. If you can finish his course, which is supposed to be finishing in July, his last exam should be July 2nd, 3rd. He's only remaining with about 3 units. Yeah. He has finished his in 5th year. This is a boy that can come and help this country. Should just be given medication and allowed to contribute to the development of the nation.
That's what you'd want to tell the President of Kenya tonight?
Yeah, please. My boy has no problem. He has no criminal. He has never been a criminal in his life. I've never even disciplined myself because of whatever. Even records back in primary school, where he was a very good boy. He used to be among the best students in school, even in Nairobi school. They can get the records from there.
You'd want them to give him a chance?
Pardon? You'd
want the president to give him a chance. You'd want the government to give him a chance. You'd want even the president, but you'd want the investigative authorities and all that to give him, and the security agencies to give him a chance and help him.
Yeah, they should help my boy. They should help the boy.
Okay. Of course, we've been speaking exclusively to David Bera. He's the father of the JKU student, Brian Kibet Bera. The 25-year-old was shot at State House yesterday after allegedly forcefully attempting to gain entry at State House, Nairobi. David, thank you so much for making time for us tonight. Okay. This is definitely, as I said, a very difficult time for you and the family.
Yeah,
I wish you nothing but the best.